Good morning everyone. In this video, I'm going to explain on the topic silicon controlled rectifier. So the outline to be covered are SCR symbol and construction, basic operation, SCR characteristic curve and SCR application. So before going to the concept of SCR, let us see what is a thyristor. A thyristor is nothing but it is a 4-layer semiconductor device with two terminals, anode and cathode, and it has 3 or more junctions present. And this device will be acting as a switch without applying the bias to the circuit, and it will be offering a very high voltage and current rating. So several hundred volts and few amperes to 1000 amperes. And this thyristor family includes PNPN diode. The other name for the PNPN diode is a 4-layer diode or a Sately diode or a silicon control rectifier, triode AC switch, diode AC switch. Let us look into the operation of a SCR. The basic construction and schematic symbol of a SCR is shown in the figure. So the SCR is nothing but it is a 4-layer PNPN semiconductor device, and it has 3 terminals, anode which has been taken from the P layer and the cathode which has been taken from the N layer just opposite to the anode terminal, and the gate which has been taken from the P terminal, and this gate will be close to the cathode. And this SCR can be act as a true electronic switch and will be used in a power electronic applications. So the SCR will be similar to the 4-layer diode, except here for the SCR will be having the extra gate terminal present in it. Two transistor model of a SCR. So what do you call by a two transistor model? If you look the internal structure of the SCR, it consists of 4 layers, PN layer. So the upper layer, PNP layer, will form a transistor Q1, and the lower NPN layer will form a transistor Q2. So this SCR will form a two transistor arrangement as shown in the figure. SCR working operation. Here we are going to see two cases. Case 1, turning the SCR on, and case 2, turning the SCR off. First we'll see the case 1, turning the SCR on. When the gate IG is equal to 0, as shown in the figure A, if you are not applying any pulse to the gate terminal of the SCR, then IG will be 0, and which will make both the transistor Q1 and Q2 will be in a off condition. So the SCR will also be in off state, and this will be offering a very high resistance between the anode and cathode, which makes the anode and cathode to act as a open switch. The case and the figure B shows that suppose a positive pulse of current trigger is being applied to the gate, then this will cause both the transistor Q1 and Q2 go to the on condition. That is, suppose the pulse is being applied to the gate terminal, then the transistor Q1 will go to the on condition because it is getting the current from the IB2 from the base of the transistor Q1. At the same time, this Q2 is providing a path for the IB1 current to be flowing from the transistor close to the collector of Q2 from the base of the transistor Q1. So which in turn makes the transistor Q1 to goes to a on condition. Since both the transistors are in on condition, it causes the SCR to goes to on condition. So the resistance offers between the anode and cathode will be very low, and they'll be acting as a closed switch. Third case is that if suppose the positive pulse of trigger has been removed from the gate terminal, that is IG is equal to 0, still the SCR will stays in the on condition. So this happens because this Q2 is getting an additional current from IB1 and IB2. So this makes the Q2 the sustain a saturated condition, since it is going to provide a path for the IB1 current to flows, which in turn this Q2 will also sustain the saturation region because it is providing a path for the IB2 current to flow. So because of this, it will be causing a regenerative action here, and when a positive pulse is being when a positive pulse is being removed from the circuit, still your SCR will be in a on condition. So next we'll see case 2, turning the SCR off. When the gate returns to 0 volt after the triggering pulse is being removed, the SCR cannot be turned off. So we are going to see what are the methods used to make the SCR turn off. There are two basic methods used for turning off SCR. The first method is called as the anode current interruption, and second method is called as a force commutation. First, let us see what is called be a anode current interruption. The anode current interruption method is nothing but we are going to make use of a switch in the SCR device. A switch can be placed either series to the SCR device or to the parallel to the SCR device. The figure A shows that a switch is being placed in series to the SCR, which will cause the anode current to zero and causes the SCR to turn off. The figure B shows that the switch is being placed in parallel to the SCR, so the part of the current that is flowing, anode current flowing, will take a path, will take a route towards the switch. So this will cause the anode current to reduce below the holding current and make the SCR to turn off. The second method is called as a force commutation. Force commutation method is nothing but forcing the current through the SCR in the direction opposite to the forward conduction. This will reduce the net current below the holding value. So let us see this in detail. For the force commutation method, we are going to make use of a capacitor and a switch. Initial case, when the SCR is in conducting state, the switch will be in open condition. So the capacitor will start to charge towards the voltage V through the resistor RC, and after some time the switch will be goes to a or will be closed. When the switch is closed, the current that is flowing through the device will take a path just opposite to the forward conduction, which in turn will reduce the net current below the holding current, which will cause the SCR to goes to a off condition. SCR characteristic curve is shown in the figure. Like a four-layer diode, a SCR can also be turned on without applying a gate triggering pulse just by increasing the anode to cathode voltage to a value exceeding the forward breakover voltage as shown in the figure. That is, the x-axis shows the anode to cathode voltage. If you increase the anode to cathode voltage, if it reaches a range of BRF, which is nothing but called as the forward breakover voltage, then it causes the breakover voltage to decrease with the increase in the gate current Ig. So the different set of this characteristic curve is been shown in the figure. So next we'll see the SCR characteristic and its rating. So what are the terms that has been used in the SCR characteristic curve? Forward breakover voltage. Forward breakover voltage is nothing but the voltage at which the SCR will be enters the forward conduction region. That is, the value of VRF is maximum when Ig is equal to 0. So here in this curve we can see that this particular region is called as a VRF, that is forward breakover voltage, where the SCR has been entering from forward blocking region to the forward conduction region. Next is called as a holding current IH, the value of anode current below which the SCR switches from the forward conduction region to the forward blocking region. This value increases with decreases value of Ig and is maximum for Ig is equal to 0. So this is called as a holding current IH. The next is called as a gate trigger current IGT. So the value of gate current necessary to switch the SCR from the forward blocking region to the forward conduction region. So the amount of current which is being used to trigger the SCR from forward blocking region to the forward conduction region. So the next parameter is called as the average forward current. So this is nothing but the maximum anode current that the device can withstand in the conduction state. It's called as the average forward current. And the next parameter is called as the forward conduction region. Forward conduction region is nothing but a region which is being shown over here. So this region is called as the forward conduction region. So where forward conduction region is nothing but the region corresponds to the on condition of the SCR, where there is a forward current from anode to cathode through a very low resistance of the SCR. So as in the figure, it shows that the SCR will be in a on condition and will be getting a flow of current in the circuit. And the next is called as the forward blocking and reverse blocking region. So that this is the regions correspond to the off condition of the SCR, when the forward current from anode to cathode is blocked. And the last parameter is called as the reverse breakdown voltage. The reverse breakdown voltage specifies the value of reverse voltage from cathode to anode at which the device breaks into the avalanche region and begins to conduct heavily. So this is similar to the PN junction diode. Next we'll see the applications of our SCR. So this SCR can act as a switch and it can be used in a half and full wave rectifier. SCR can be used as a static contactor, SCR for a power control, and SCR can be used for a speed control of a DC shunt motor and for the overlight detector. Thank you.